Hello, do you want to hear a funny story? On my way to the park, carrying my lovely board, I nearly caused an accident as a person riding a bicycle was trying to read the content of my board. Obviously a subject that they felt very strongly about. As you can see, today is all about empowering yourself. So let's begin. What I've noticed is that a lot of people say very often either one or two or three or all four of the following things. As you can see on the left hand side, it's colored in red, and on the right hand side it's colored in green. So obviously what we do want to say is this, but what we hear all the time is this. And I want to teach you the difference between saying this, right, and saying that. When you say, we're going to go into each one of them in greater details in a minute, but when you say any of these statements here, it reflects your mindset, right? And it's not a positive mindset. We'll go into it a bit further in a minute. When you say any of those 4 points here, it also reflects your mindset, but in a more positive manner. Yeah. All right. Shall we do it? Good. So for each one of them, I'll give you an example. I don't know about you, but I hear that all the time. You inspire me. Right. Although this is a great compliment, right, I always want people to inspire themselves, right? So the opposite of you inspire me is I inspire myself, right? So we go on social media, we go on Facebook, we go on Instagram, and we see things that inspire us. On the level, it's okay, but please don't let the inspiration take over your own ability to inspire yourself. Yeah, just trying to make that point because it's important. Otherwise, it can get very destructive. So, second point, you motivate me. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if I can find an example here. Yoga students, right, who come to my classes may say, oh, I prefer coming to your class as opposed to watching one of the videos because you motivate me. And that's great. You see, all these, from the perspective of the person who's receiving the compliment is great, but I'm always looking at it from the person's point of view, the person who's actually saying what they're saying. Yeah. So, you motivate me. I would rather they said, I motivate myself, right? Again, it's great. It's a great compliment for the instructor, but ideally, this session here is about empowering you, not me, because I do that for myself, right? So the point here is I would like to teach you how to empower yourself. Give yourself the power to do better, right? Don't hand it over to somebody else, right? Example number 3, right? Example number 3, you support me. Don't get me wrong, it's very important to get support from people. It's very important, so people need a support system in terms of their mental health, their physical health. These things are not to be disregarded. They're very important. However, my point here is, while you are getting support and somebody is supporting you, you should still be able to meet them halfway and support yourself, because they won't be able to support you if you meet them halfway, if you support yourself. Yeah? They can only give you the help if you're ready and happy to accept the help. So you need to meet them halfway. And that's what I mean by I support myself, right? And the last one is the big one, yeah? You love me, right? People thrive on being loved, and rightly so. It's a great feeling, right? But this has an expiry date, right? Because the love you receive from another person that you rely on to feel good may stop one day for whatever reason, yeah? So that's why it's very important for you to, first of all, and before anything else, before you rely on somebody else to love you, what's important is to love yourself. I love myself. So as you can see here, it's based on empowering yourself. It's based on taking charge. It's based on being the leader of your own life. Every sentence begins with an I. You assert yourself. You take full responsibility for your thoughts, and therefore for your feelings, and therefore for your actions. Yeah, I inspire myself. I motivate myself. I support myself. I love myself. Here, you're strong. You're in charge. You have decided something and you're doing it. Here, it's what I call, so the red section, which is what we don't want, right? And if you are doing that, please, obviously it's a process. It's not going to change overnight, yeah? But catch yourself saying these things, listen to yourself, and then maybe correct yourself. So turn red into green, yeah? But here, it's what I call the puppet mode, yeah? In this section here, the person is being moved, right, by a puppeteer, and they are the puppets, and there are strings attached to them, and they're just being pulled, right, because they rely on somebody else to do things for them, right, to a level that they should be doing themselves, which belongs to the green section, yeah? So in this phase here, you're a bit of a victim, you rely on somebody else to do things for you. In this phase here, you're more proactive, you're responsible for your life, and that's where you want to be, to empower yourself, right? Because self-empowerment is important. You need to empower yourself on a daily basis, not once a week, not once every fortnight, not once a month, every single minute of the day, regardless of what other people say to you, yeah? Ultimately, if you practice self-empowerment on a regular basis, this will change the way you see yourself, yeah? It will give you self-esteem, right? Self-esteem means your perception of yourself. So if you empower, can you imagine, if you empower yourself, if you give yourself power every day by making decisions for yourself, using the I, you get stronger every day. You're charging your battery. Your battery gets fuller and fuller and fuller each day, right? And that gives you self-empowerment. And if you do that every day of the week, every month of the year, can you imagine at the end of the year how much power you have accumulated for yourself to give you the ability to do more things in your life? Yeah. So self-empowerment leads to self-esteem, which is you value yourself better, right? You have a better opinion of yourself, which is very important. And ultimately what does that do? It takes you on the journey of self-love. It enables you to love yourself more, yeah? If you're stronger, if your batteries are fuller, if when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're proud of your achievements, yeah, because you've practiced self-empowerment for 1 year, then of course you're going to be proud of yourself. Of course you're going to love yourself, yeah? Loving yourself is very important, yeah? I cannot say it often enough. Great. So this concludes our little tutorial for how to empower yourself more than you are doing at the moment. Yeah. There's always room for more in terms of self-empowerment. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.